Stretching across the immense blue wilderness of Earth's oceans, a singular predator commands both awe and respect. The orca, or killer whale, is not only a masterful hunter, but also a marvel of evolutionary adaptation. Despite their common name, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family, Delphinidae, and are instantly recognizable by their bold, black and white coloration. Their striking patterns serve as camouflage, disrupting their outline in the water and confusing both prey and potential rivals. Orcas live in highly organized pods, which are matrilineal family units that can include up to 40 individuals, each with its own dialect and unique hunting traditions. These pods exhibit remarkable social cohesion, often traveling, hunting, and resting in perfect synchrony. Communication is achieved through a sophisticated array of vocalizations, including echolocation clicks for navigation and individualized calls for social interaction. Orcas demonstrate cultural transmission, passing down complex behaviors and hunting techniques from one generation to the next. Their coordinated group strategies allow them to outmaneuver even the most agile prey, such as dolphins and seals. While a solitary orca is formidable, the collective intelligence and cooperation of a pod elevate their hunting prowess to extraordinary levels. During hunts, individuals may assume specialized roles. Some create waves to wash seals from ice floes, while others block escape routes or deliver the final blow. This division of labor is rare among marine mammals and highlights their advanced cognitive abilities. Orcas are apex predators, capable of preying on large whales, sharks, rays, and even other dolphins, adapting their tactics to each target. Their streamlined bodies and powerful tails enable them to reach speeds of up to 56 kilometers per hour, making them one of the fastest marine mammals. Orcas inhabit every ocean, from the polar ice edges to tropical seas, displaying remarkable adaptability to diverse marine environments. Their diet is highly varied. Some populations specialize in fish, while others focus on marine mammals, and a few have even been observed preying on seabirds. Each orca population, or ecotype, has distinct physical traits, vocalizations, and dietary preferences, reflecting their adaptation to local ecosystems. Despite their reputation, orcas are highly selective in their predation and have never been documented attacking humans in the wild. Before a hunt, pods may circle and assess their prey, using coordinated movements and vocal cues to plan their approach. As the ocean's apex predators, orcas regulate marine populations, maintaining the balance of their ecosystems. Their acute senses, including exceptional underwater vision and hearing, allow them to detect prey from great distances and in low-light conditions. Pods often travel hundreds of kilometers in search of food, navigating vast oceanic territories with precision and purpose. Social bonds within pods are reinforced through tactile behaviors such as fin rubbing and synchronized swimming, which strengthen group cohesion. The oldest females, known as matriarchs, lead the pod, guiding migrations and teaching younger members essential survival skills. These matriarchs possess decades of ecological knowledge, including migratory routes and seasonal prey availability, crucial for the pod's survival. Calves remain with their mothers for life, learning through observation, imitation, and direct instruction. Juveniles practice hunting techniques through play, gradually mastering the skills needed for independent survival. Food sharing is common, with adults often providing captured prey to younger or less experienced pod members. In the intricate world of orcas, cooperation, intelligence, and adaptability define their role as the ocean's most sophisticated and successful predators. Hunting a humpback whale is a monumental task, even for a pod of orcas. These apex predators are renowned for their intelligence and adaptability, but the sheer size and strength of a humpback whale present a formidable challenge. An adult humpback can weigh up to 40 tons and measure 60 feet long, a true giant of the sea. Their immense bulk and powerful tails make them dangerous adversaries, capable of inflicting serious injury on any would-be attacker. Orcas are acutely aware that a direct assault on a healthy adult is fraught with risk. Instead, they rely on observation, circling and studying their quarry, searching for any sign of weakness or vulnerability. Their focus often shifts to the calves, still massive but lacking the experience, stamina, and defensive skills of their mothers. Calves are the most susceptible targets, especially during their first migration. The hunt becomes a contest of endurance and cunning. Orcas employ a variety of tactics, from high-speed chases to subtle maneuvers designed to exhaust their prey. Mother humpbacks are fiercely protective, positioning themselves between the pod and their calf, using their massive bodies and sweeping flippers as living barricades. They will even vocalize distress calls, sometimes attracting other humpbacks to assist in the defense. Orcas respond with relentless persistence, probing for gaps in the mother's defense. They may attempt to distract her, drawing her away from the calf, or split into smaller groups to attack from multiple angles. Patience is a hallmark of their strategy. Orcas may shadow a mother-calf pair for hours, waiting for fatigue to set in or for the calf to stray just far enough from its mother's protection. The pod operates with remarkable coordination, moving in synchrony and communicating constantly through clicks and whistles. Each member knows its role, whether it's leading the chase, blocking escape routes, or launching the attack. One of their most effective tactics is to isolate the calf. By applying steady, calculated pressure, they attempt to drive a wedge between mother and offspring, exploiting any lapse in the mother's vigilance. Sometimes orcas form a living barrier, blocking the mother's path and forcing her to expend precious energy in repeated attempts to break through. They surge forward in diagonal lines, creating confusion and chaos, hoping to disrupt the strong bond between mother and calf. This confusion can be the difference between life and death for the young whale. In response, mothers have been observed lifting their calves onto their backs, keeping them above the surface and out of reach. This behavior, documented in several real-life encounters, demonstrates the extraordinary lengths to which humpbacks will go to protect their young. These confrontations can last for hours, with both sides growing increasingly exhausted. The ocean becomes a stage for a relentless struggle where only the most resilient survive. Orcas display remarkable teamwork, rotating roles so that fresh individuals can maintain the pressure while others rest. This tag-team approach is a key factor in their hunting success. Persistent harassment gradually saps the mother's strength. The orcas' strategy is not just brute force but psychological warfare, wearing down their opponent until a mistake is made. In some documented cases, orcas have been seen leaping onto the backs of whales or biting at their flippers and tails, inflicting pain and distraction to break the mother's concentration. The ultimate goal is to create a brief separation, a fleeting gap that the orcas can exploit. Even a few seconds apart can be fatal for the calf. Underwater, the pod communicates with a complex array of vocalizations, coordinating their movements and sharing information about the whale's positions and behaviors. Timing is everything. The orcas wait for the precise moment when the mother is at her weakest and the calf is most exposed. When exhaustion sets in, the calf may lag behind or surface away from its mother, providing the orcas with their long-awaited opportunity. In a sudden burst of speed, the pod launches a coordinated attack, targeting the vulnerable calf with astonishing precision. Their primary tactic is to prevent the calf from surfacing to breathe, pushing it underwater repeatedly until it is too weak to resist. The mother may fight with every ounce of her strength, but against the coordinated assault of an entire pod, she is often overwhelmed. In some rare cases, other humpbacks have intervened, forming a protective barrier around the calf. These hunts are a testament to the orca's intelligence and social structure. Each member of the pod contributes, from the matriarch directing the attack to the younger orcas, learning by participation. Real-life case studies, such as those observed off the coast of Western Australia and Monterey Bay, have documented orcas using innovative strategies, sometimes even recruiting dolphins or other whales to distract the mother while the pod targets the calf. These interactions have a profound ecological impact, shaping the behavior and migration patterns of both predator and prey. The orca's role as an apex predator helps maintain the balance of marine ecosystems, ensuring the health and diversity of ocean life. This is the raw, untamed reality of survival in the sea, a powerful demonstration of nature's complexity and the relentless drive to endure. In the vast open waters where kelp forests meet the deep blue, a silent drama unfolds. The great white shark, a solitary apex predator, glides through the currents, unaware that it is being watched. These sharks, reaching up to 20 feet in length and weighing over 2 tons, are formidable hunters. Yet even their size and power offer little protection against the ocean's most cunning predators. While most marine creatures scatter at the mere presence of a great white, orcas approach with calculated intent. The orcapod, moving as a coordinated unit, enters the shark's territory. Their approach is deliberate, using the environment to their advantage, kelp beds for cover, shifting currents for stealth. The initial encounter is tense. Orcas position themselves strategically, some drawing the shark's attention, while others circle behind, exploiting the shark's limited field of vision. Communication is constant. High-frequency clicks and whistles pass between pod members, coordinating their movements with precision. One orca takes the lead, tracking the shark's every move with echolocation. This biological sonar allows them to map the shark's position, even in low visibility. The orcas exploit the murky water, using it as a veil to mask their approach. Their echolocation pings bounce off the shark's dense body, giving them a detailed image of their target. As the pod closes in, they begin to herd the shark, cutting off escape routes with synchronized movements. The shark, sensing danger, attempts to dive, but the orcas anticipate every move. The orcas form a living barrier, encircling the shark and forcing it towards shallower water where its maneuverability is limited. Isolated and outnumbered, the great white is now at a severe disadvantage. The pod's formation is tight, each orca maintaining its position with remarkable discipline. This coordinated encirclement is a hallmark of orca hunting strategy. Each member plays a specific role, from distraction to interception. Scientific studies reveal that orcas possess an extraordinary capacity for problem-solving, adapting their tactics based on the shark's reactions. At the critical moment, an experienced orca approaches the shark's flank, aligning itself at a precise angle. This positioning is crucial for the next phase. With a sudden burst of speed, the orca delivers a powerful nudge, targeting the shark's underside. This maneuver flips the shark onto its back, inducing tonic immobility, a state of temporary paralysis unique to certain shark species. Immobilized, the great white is rendered defenseless. Its muscles slacken and it drifts motionless in the water. The orcas maintain their positions, ensuring the shark cannot recover. This tactic demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of shark physiology. Researchers have observed that orcas often study their prey before striking, learning from each encounter and refining their approach. Once the shark is subdued, the orcas move in to feed. Their bites are precise, targeting the most nutrient-rich organs. The liver, rich in fats and energy, is often the primary target. Orcas have been documented extracting it with remarkable accuracy, leaving the rest of the carcass largely untouched. This selective feeding is a testament to their intelligence and dietary specialization, a behavior rarely seen in other marine predators. The aftermath is clear. The orcapod asserts dominance, patrolling the area as undisputed rulers of the sea. The presence of orcas sends ripples through the ecosystem. Other predators and prey alike alter their behavior, aware of the orcas' unmatched prowess. Through intelligence cooperation and specialized tactics, Orcas have mastered the art of hunting even the ocean's most formidable predators, cementing their legacy as the true apex predators of the sea. Orcas are master strategists, adapting their hunting techniques to the unique challenges posed by each prey species they encounter in the ocean. When targeting seals, especially Weddell seals resting atop ice floes, orcas employ a remarkable method known as wave washing. Seals are prized for their thick blubber, which provides essential energy for orcas living in cold waters. However, a seal perched on a floating sheet of ice is well protected from most marine predators, making it a formidable challenge. To overcome this, orcas coordinate with precision, approaching the floe in silence and assessing the seal's position. The pod arranges itself in a tight, parallel line, each member synchronizing their movements to maximize the impact. Together, they surge forward at speed, generating momentum as they close in on the ice. At the critical moment, the orcas dive beneath the floe and powerfully slap their tails, sending a wave surging over the ice. This wave destabilizes the floe, often sweeping the startled seal into the water where the orcas await. Such hunts demand flawless teamwork, with orcas using vocalizations and body language to coordinate every move. A solitary orca lacks the strength and coordination to dislodge a seal from the ice, highlighting the importance of social cooperation. Young orcas observe these hunts closely, learning the intricate steps and timing required, ensuring these specialized skills are passed down through generations. Dolphins, swift and intelligent members of the cetacean family, are also pursued by orcas, though the tactics differ greatly. Dolphins rely on their speed, agility, and tight social bonds to evade predators, often leaping and weaving through the water in coordinated bursts. To counter these defenses, orcas employ a strategy of division and entrapment, splitting their pod to outmaneuver the dolphins. The pod divides into two coordinated groups, each with a distinct role in the hunt. The first group relentlessly chases the dolphins, forcing them to accelerate and stretch out into a vulnerable line. As the dolphins flee, their pod formation elongates, making it harder for them to protect each other. The chase is exhausting, and as the dolphins tire, their ability to evade decreases. Meanwhile, the second group of orcas positions itself ahead of the fleeing dolphins, hidden and ready to intercept. This ambush is timed to perfection, with orcas anticipating the dolphins' escape route. As the exhausted dolphins surge forward, they encounter the waiting orcas, who block their path and disrupt their escape. Using coordinated movements, the orcas isolate a single dolphin, separating it from the safety of its group. By exploiting the dolphins' need to stay together and their tendency to flee in a line, orcas turn the dolphins' strengths into vulnerabilities. These sophisticated hunting strategies not only demonstrate the orcas' intelligence and adaptability, but also play a crucial ecological role, regulating prey populations and maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. Along the rugged Patagonian coastline, orcas demonstrate some of the most daring and calculated hunting behaviors in the animal kingdom. These apex predators patrol the surf, their fins slicing through the turbulent shallows as they scan for opportunity. Their primary targets here are the sea lions clustered on the pebble beaches, a rich but perilous food source. Sea lions, ever wary, must brave the surf to feed, knowing that danger lurks just beyond the breakers. The orcas wait, perfectly still, their eyes fixed on the shoreline, calculating every movement. This hunt is a test of precision and nerve, demanding both strength and split-second timing. In a remarkable display of adaptation, orcas here employ intentional stranding, hurling themselves onto the beach to seize unsuspecting prey. Success depends on reading the waves, the angle of the beach, and the exact position of their quarry. Even the subtle gradient of the shoreline can mean the difference between a successful hunt and disaster. Each calculation is critical, as a misstep could leave the orca stranded and vulnerable. Harnessing the momentum of incoming waves, orcas propel their massive bodies onto land in pursuit of sea lion pups. With explosive speed, they snatch their prey at the water's edge before wriggling back to the ocean. The return to the sea is just as perilous, requiring agility and strength to avoid being trapped on land. The risk is immense. One miscalculation can leave an orca exposed and helpless. There have been documented cases of orcas becoming stranded, a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in this strategy. This high-risk technique is not instinctive. It is taught by experienced adults to their young, a rare example of cultural transmission in the wild. In another extraordinary case, orcas target migrating grey whales along the Pacific coast. Grey whales undertake one of the longest migrations on Earth, traveling thousands of miles with their newborn calves. The calves, though massive, are vulnerable and must rely on their mothers for protection. Orca pods coordinate their attacks, positioning themselves along the migration route to intercept the weary travelers. Their strategy is to isolate the calf from its mother, exploiting any sign of fatigue or separation. The relentless journey leaves the whales exhausted, making them prime targets for the orca pod's coordinated assault. Working in unison, the orcas take turns harassing the mother and calf, wearing them down over hours. They ram, bite, and attempt to separate the pair, each member of the pod playing a specific role in the hunt. The goal is always the same: to break the bond between mother and calf. The mother's defense is fierce, but the orca's persistence and teamwork often prove overwhelming. As exhaustion sets in, the odds shift in favor of the orcas. The pod's relentless pressure is a masterclass in coordinated predation. Some hunts last for hours, with orcas patiently waiting for the moment when the mother can no longer defend her calf. Every member of the pod is attuned to the slightest sign of weakness, ready to act. When the opportunity arises, the orcas move in, claiming the calf as their prize. These hunts, though brutal, are a testament to the orca's intelligence, cooperation, and willingness to take extraordinary risks for survival. While orcas are renowned for their dramatic hunts of large marine mammals, many populations have evolved to specialize in hunting smaller, yet equally challenging prey, such as fish and stingrays. Resident orcas, for example, are highly adapted to coastal environments where fish are abundant. These pods have developed intricate social structures and hunting traditions passed down through generations. In the cold waters of the North Pacific, resident orcas focus almost exclusively on fish, with Chinook salmon being their primary target due to its high-fat content and energy value. Hunting fish demands a different set of skills than pursuing large mammals. Orcas must maneuver with agility and patience, often isolating a single fish from a fast-moving school. Their sophisticated echolocation system allows them to detect the faintest movements, even in murky waters, enabling them to track individual fish with remarkable accuracy. By emitting a series of clicks and listening for the echoes, orcas can distinguish between different species of fish and even assess their size and direction. Once a target is selected, the orca positions itself for a precise attack, often using stealth and sudden bursts of speed to close the distance. Rather than relying solely on their jaws, orcas frequently use their powerful tails to deliver stunning blows, incapacitating their prey with a single, well-aimed strike. The tail strike is a calculated maneuver, generating enough force to create a shockwave that can instantly immobilize a fish. This technique not only conserves energy, but also prevents the fish from escaping or alerting the rest of the school. Once the prey is stunned, the orca can easily retrieve it, ensuring a successful hunt with minimal effort. This hunting style highlights the orca's extraordinary control over its muscular body, allowing for both brute force and delicate precision. When targeting stingrays, orcas face a new set of challenges. Stingrays are well camouflaged and equipped with venomous spines, making them dangerous adversaries. These rays often lie motionless on the ocean floor, blending into the sand and relying on their toxic tail spines for defense. Orcas approach with caution, circling their prey and carefully assessing the stingray's position to avoid injury. Using echolocation, they scan the seabed, pinpointing the exact location of the hidden ray before making a move. From a safe distance, the orca delivers a series of powerful tail slaps, generating enough pressure to flip the stingray and disorient it. These blows can exert hundreds of pounds of force per square inch, overwhelming the stingray's defenses and leaving it vulnerable. Once the stingray is overturned, its venomous spine is rendered ineffective, allowing the orca to safely approach. The orca then consumes its prey, demonstrating both ingenuity and caution in overcoming the stingray's formidable defenses. These hunting strategies reveal the orca's ability to adapt to the unique challenges posed by different prey, showcasing their intelligence and problem-solving skills. In some cases, orcas even cooperate, using coordinated tactics to herd fish or distract stingrays, increasing their hunting success. By preying on fish and stingrays, orcas help regulate populations of these species, maintaining balance within their ecosystems and highlighting their crucial ecological role as apex predators. Deep within the heart of Africa, where rivers carve through wild landscapes and wetlands teem with life, a formidable predator reigns supreme, the Nile crocodile. This ancient reptile is perfectly adapted to its freshwater domain, thriving in rivers, lakes and marshes across sub-Saharan Africa and Madagascar. Its body is shielded by thick, bony plates called osteoderms, providing both protection and camouflage among the tangled roots and muddy waters. The muscular tail acts as a powerful rudder, propelling the crocodile with sudden bursts of speed, essential for both hunting and defense. Its jaws are lined with up to 68 razor-sharp teeth, designed to seize and hold struggling prey with astonishing force. Specialized sensory organs allow the crocodile to detect vibrations and movement even when almost completely submerged. Masters of ambush, Nile crocodiles remain perfectly still for hours, blending seamlessly into their surroundings as they await the approach of unsuspecting prey. When the moment is right, they strike with lightning speed, using their immense bite force, one of the strongest in the animal kingdom, to subdue fish, birds, and mammals alike. Their webbed feet and streamlined bodies make them agile swimmers, able to maneuver effortlessly through dense aquatic vegetation and swift currents. Once prey is captured, the crocodile often drags it beneath the surface, employing a powerful death roll to tear flesh and disorient its victim. Their diet is diverse, ranging from fish and amphibians to birds and large mammals, making them apex predators within their ecosystem. Even from a young age, Nile crocodiles are equipped for survival, with hatchlings instinctively seeking water and shelter from the moment they emerge. These reptiles are ectothermic, relying on the sun's warmth to regulate their body temperature, often alternating between basking on land and cooling off in the water. As dusk falls, they become even more active, patrolling the riverbanks and using the cover of darkness to hunt. Their night vision is exceptional, allowing them to detect prey in near-total darkness. As apex predators, Nile crocodiles play a vital role in maintaining the balance of their freshwater habitats, controlling populations and shaping the ecosystem. Silent, patient, and supremely adapted, the Nile crocodile is a living relic, a testament to the power of evolution and the enduring mysteries of Africa's wild waterways. The Great Wildebeest Migration is one of nature's most spectacular events. Millions of animals surge across the African plains, driven by the search for fresh grass and water. But for many, the most perilous part of this journey is the river crossing. Rivers like the Mara are not just obstacles, they are hunting grounds, patrolled by massive Nile crocodiles. These ancient reptiles have evolved to become masters of ambush, blending seamlessly with the muddy water, their eyes and nostrils barely breaking the surface. Crocodiles are patient strategists. For days, sometimes weeks, they remain almost completely motionless, conserving energy and waiting for the perfect moment. Their camouflage is so effective that even the most vigilant prey can be caught off guard. When the herds gather at the riverbank, crocodiles assess the chaos. They target the weak, the young, or the isolated, animals that stray from the safety of the group or hesitate at the water's edge. But even the strong are not immune. A single misstep can be fatal. As soon as a wildebeest or zebra enters the water, the crocodile's attack is sudden and explosive. With a burst of speed, it propels itself forward using its powerful tail, jaws snapping shut with immense force. The prey is dragged beneath the surface, where the crocodile's true advantage lies. Underwater, the crocodile employs a deadly tactic known as the death roll. By spinning its body, it disorients and drowns its victim, tearing flesh and breaking bones. This technique is not only effective against large herbivores, but also against rival predators. Crocodiles are opportunistic and adaptable. They will attack any animal that ventures too close: hyenas, cheetahs, even lions. The water's edge becomes a zone of constant danger, where the usual dominance of land predators is neutralized by the crocodile's aquatic prowess. Even the king of the savannah, the lion, must approach with caution. While adult males are formidable, young or solitary lions are especially vulnerable. A crocodile can sense vibrations in the water, detecting the approach of prey long before it is seen. If a lion or other predator dares to cross, the crocodile launches a calculated assault, aiming to seize a limb or muzzle and drag its opponent into deeper water. These encounters are brutal contests of strength and endurance, often ending in a swift, silent kill. Sometimes the intended victim escapes using agility or brute force to break free, but more often the crocodile's mastery of its environment proves overwhelming. The river is its domain, and it defends it with relentless aggression. Crocodiles are not indiscriminate killers. They select their targets carefully, weighing risk and reward. During the migration, they may gorge themselves, but in leaner times they conserve energy, striking only when success is likely. In other parts of the world, similar dramas unfold. In Brazil's Pantanal wetlands, jaguars, powerful swimmers, hunt caimans, using stealth and precision to overcome these armored reptiles. In Africa, wild dogs risk everything for a drink, sometimes losing a pack member to a crocodile's lightning-fast ambush. These interactions reveal the ever-shifting balance between hunter and hunted. Every animal, no matter how powerful or cunning, must remain vigilant. In the wild, survival depends on awareness, adaptability, and respect for the dangers that lurk just beneath the surface. Apex predators are often celebrated for their raw power, but their true mastery lies in their remarkable intelligence and adaptability. In the vast ocean, orcas employ sophisticated echolocation to map their surroundings and locate prey hidden beneath ice or sand. Working together, orcapods coordinate to herd fish into tight balls, striking with precision and efficiency. These predators adapt their tactics to each challenge, flipping stingrays to avoid their barbs or timing an ambush for a bird perched just out of reach. Learning is central to their survival. Young orcas and crocodiles observe and imitate adults, mastering complex skills unique to their environments. Some orcas have been seen using kelp as a tool to entangle prey, while crocodiles balance sticks on their snouts to attract nest-building birds. Adaptability is their greatest asset. Orcas split into groups to block every escape route, while crocodiles vanish beneath the surface, invisible until the perfect moment. Each predator reads its environment, adjusting strategies as seasons and prey behaviors change. Orcas create bubble nets to trap herring, while crocodiles exploit seasonal floods to ambush fish in new waters. Survival demands more than strength. It requires problem-solving, memory, and the ability to innovate. Communication is key. Orcas use a rich language of clicks and whistles, while crocodiles rely on subtle body signals to coordinate with others. When faced with new challenges, both species adapt, changing hunting grounds, targeting new prey, or inventing novel techniques. In the end, the legacy of apex predators is not just their might, but their ability to think, learn, and thrive in a world that is always changing. Beneath the ocean's surface, orca societies reveal a level of social complexity rarely seen in the animal kingdom. These apex predators do not simply hunt together, they live in tightly knit family pods that can span generations, each with its own unique culture and dialect. Within a pod, the matriarch leads, her decades of experience guiding every decision, from migration routes to hunting strategies. Orcas communicate through a sophisticated array of vocalizations, distinctive calls, whistles, and clicks that form a language unique to each pod. These vocal signatures are passed down from mother to calf, creating acoustic traditions that endure for lifetimes. Through these sounds, orcas coordinate hunts, warn of danger, and maintain bonds across vast distances. Social bonds are reinforced through constant interaction. Orcas engage in synchronized swimming, playful games, and even gentle physical contact, rubbing fins to strengthen relationships. Calves are nurtured not just by their mothers, but by a network of aunts and older siblings who teach, protect, and socialize the young. Some pods have been observed forming alliances with neighboring groups, collaborating in hunts, or sharing feeding grounds. These alliances require trust, memory, and a deep understanding of social cues, abilities honed over years of close association. Even in the silence of the deep, orcas remain connected, their calls echoing for miles, a testament to the power of social intelligence in the wild. The orca's legacy is not only written in strength or cunning, but in the intricate web of relationships that sustains them, a society as dynamic and complex as the oceans they rule. From icy polar seas to temperate coastlines and tropical waters, orcas are truly the ocean's global voyagers. These remarkable predators are found in every ocean, adapting seamlessly to a staggering range of environments. But their presence isn't random. Each orca population, or ecotype, carves out its own migratory path, routes shaped by the rhythms of prey, temperature, and tradition. In the frigid north, pods navigate the labyrinth of Arctic ice, weaving through shifting floes in pursuit of seals and fish. Here, the journey is perilous and ever-changing, as melting ice and shifting currents redraw the map each year. Off the coasts of Norway, orcas time their migrations to coincide with the great herring runs, gathering in vast numbers for a seasonal feast. In the Southern Ocean, beneath the shadow of Antarctic glaciers, other pods follow migrating whales, tracking their movements with unerring precision across thousands of miles. Some orcas travel vast distances, crossing open ocean in search of prey-rich waters, while others remain residents of a single bay or coastline for generations. These resident pods develop intimate knowledge of their home range, every inlet, every channel, every seasonal change. In contrast, transient orcas roam wide territories, their movements dictated by the migrations of marine mammals like seals, dolphins, and even other whales. Despite their differences, all orca populations share a deep-rooted connection to place, a migratory memory handed down through generations. These routes are invisible maps, encoded in the matriarch's mind and reinforced through communal travel. As seasons change, orca pods glide through the world's oceans, their fins slicing through water both familiar and unknown. In the vast, ever-shifting seascape, the orca's journey is a testament to adaptability and memory, a legacy carried not just in muscle and tooth, but in the ancient paths their ancestors once swam. The story of the orca is not bound to a single shore, but written across the globe's oceans, wherever the tides may lead. Beneath the shimmering surface, the world of orcas is changing. The same currents that once guided their ancestors now bring new challenges, silent, invisible, and relentless. Climate change redraws the boundaries of their habitat, melting polar ice and warming the seas. For Arctic orcas, this means longer hunting seasons, but also unpredictable weather, shifting prey, and a fragile balance unraveling with every degree of warming. Pollution weaves its way through every ocean, a toxic legacy of human industry. Invisible chemicals accumulate in the orca's blubber, pass from mother to calf, weakening immune systems and threatening the next generation. Microplastics drift through the food chain, while oil spills and noise pollution disrupt the quiet language of echolocation, making each hunt a little harder, each call a little fainter. Prey, once abundant, now grows scarce. Overfishing drains the seas of salmon and herring, leaving resident pods hungry and confused. Some orcas adapt, turning to new foods or learning novel hunting techniques. Others struggle, their traditions tested by a world in flux. Amid these shadows, orcas endure, resilient yet vulnerable. Their survival depends not just on strength or cunning, but on the health of the oceans they call home. Each wave carries the memory of what was, and the uncertain promise of what might be. The orca's journey is no longer shaped by nature alone, but by the choices echoing from distant shores, reminding us that every ripple, every change, touches even the mightiest hunter of the sea. In the vast theatre of the ocean, orcas are not the only rulers. From the icy fringes of the Arctic to the temperate coasts, other apex predators carve out their own realms of dominance. Sometimes these worlds collide. In the far north, the polar bear reigns supreme on the frozen stage. When the ice thins and orcas patrol newly opened channels, encounters become inevitable. Rarely, a polar bear and an orca may find themselves eyeing the same seal, each a master of a different domain. On the ice, the bear holds the advantage. On the water, the orca is unmatched. These meetings are tense, a silent standoff between titans, each testing the boundaries of the other's power. Beneath the waves, the drama continues. Large sharks, including the formidable great white, share hunting grounds with orcas. Though both are top predators, their interactions are a complex dance of avoidance and confrontation. In some regions, orcas have been seen outmaneuvering and even preying on sharks, using teamwork and intelligence to tip the scales in their favor. The presence of orcas can send even the most fearsome sharks fleeing, reshaping the entire food web in their wake. Yet, these interactions are not always battles. Sometimes they are a silent agreement, a mutual respect for strength, a recognition of shared mastery. The ocean is vast, its rulers many, and each encounter writes a new chapter in the ever-evolving story of survival at the very top. In this realm of giants, dominance is never absolute. Every meeting is a reminder. Even the apex predator must be ever watchful, ever adaptable, as the tides of power shift with each passing season. Long before the modern ocean's titans clashed, their ancestors embarked on evolutionary journeys spanning millions of years. The orca, or killer whale, belongs to the cetaceans, a lineage that began over 50 million years ago, when hoofed, land-dwelling mammals first ventured into the water. Over time, these pioneers transformed. Limbs became flippers, bodies streamlined, and nostrils migrated atop their heads to become blowholes. Through epochs of adaptation, the orca emerged as the ocean's apex predator, armed with intelligence, speed, and a complex social structure. Each trait is a testament to eons of natural selection, sculpting a creature perfectly suited to hunt across the world's seas. On a different evolutionary path, the Nile crocodile traces its ancestry back even further, over 200 million years. While dinosaurs ruled the land, the ancestors of crocodiles thrived in prehistoric waters. Their armored bodies, powerful jaws, and stealthy ambush tactics have remained remarkably unchanged, a living blueprint of ancient survival. Crocodiles witnessed the rise and fall of countless species, enduring cataclysms that reshaped the earth. Their design is a product of relentless natural pressures, favoring patience, strength, and resilience. Despite their separate origins, one from mammals, the other from reptiles, both orcas and crocodiles represent the pinnacle of evolutionary success in aquatic environments. Each stands as a living relic, a masterwork refined through the ages. Their existence today is not just a story of survival, but of adaptation, innovation, and the enduring power of evolution's hand.